Welcome back to Dad's Foxbody Garage. It's been a couple days since the last episode. I did a little bit of work off camera. As you can see here, valve covers are just sitting here, but got the intake bolted down, and of course not without drama. If you can see from here, I got some big old washers on there under the bolts. So, I was doing the RTV on the China rail front and back. You build your wall, and then had the gasket stuck on the heads, and set the intake down on there, and started putting the bolts in, and realized that the threaded holes in the AFR heads are not as deep or not through like the GT40s or the original cylinder heads that I had, and the threads would bottom out probably about, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch on the center ones and less out towards the ends. But I had everything all glued up and ready to go, so I didn't want to have to pull everything apart and throw away intake gaskets and all that. So I found enough washers in my toolbox and tightened it down. Now, one thing I noticed in the instructions off of AFR's website is they say don't torque the intake. They say just tighten it. Probably because they don't want to pull the threads out. So that's what I did. I just kind of eased it in, do the cross pattern, all that stuff, and got it snug. So now I'm going to what I ended up doing today was I went to the hardware store and I was going to buy some new bolts that were a little bit shorter and no dice. I was thinking stainless, because then I don't have to worry about corrosion. And, they had like 7. And then, I'll go with chrome. Nope, 3. And then black oxide. Nope, they didn't have, it was nothing. It was a strikeout. So I ended up getting smaller washers instead of these big ones that I just got away with here. And I guess I'm just going to have 3 small washers under my bolts and live with it. Maybe next go around, I'll do something different. But these are bolts right from I think I got them from LMR intake bolt kit. It wasn't expensive, but they were stainless. It was a nice kit. Anyhow, enough of me rambling. I'm gonna take one out, put a new one in, and just do that around the whole thing. I did hook up the line for the boost gauge now. Engine's still at top dead center. So tonight my plan is to fix the intake bolt situation here, and I want to get the valve covers on. Think I can reuse my gaskets. I have the steel O-ring style gaskets. I think I can reuse those. Get those on, and I'd really love to drop the blower on, but we'll see how that goes, because as you remember, I wanted to look at the seals on that, and if I have a bad seal and not just something loose, then it's gonna be time. But so I just today I received my registration for the Southeast Michigan Mustang Club. I think it's Mustang Club Southeast Michigan. I registered both cars to go. It's in 18 days. That one for sure is going. The Stormtrooper, I mean, it's still, I just got to give it a bath from when it got rained on at Fox Fest, and it's ready to go. But just for fun, I registered both cars, so I'm kind of giving myself a deadline. Not like I have to get it there, but it would be fun to get it there. Again, neither one of these cars is a show car, especially this one, but I think the drivetrain is really cool in this. I mean, it's kind of like a rat rod, right? I guess that's the best way to describe it. And it's my project. You know, I built it from the ground up, so I'm proud of it. You know, it might look like a Frankenstein to other people, but you know, eventually it'll be prettier. But I don't do pretty that well. You know, it'll be pretty fast, but that's about it. All right, guys, thanks. All right, so it's been about an hour and a half. Got a pretty good amount of work done. Swapped out the intake bolts. Well, I should say swapped out the washers. You can see here I went with a lock washer and just one washer, and that took up the space I needed. I took one out at a time in the torque sequence, and hopefully that'll be all right. If not, you know, the intake comes back off, I guess. But you know, it seemed all right. Bolted down the blower. I do need to find my Loctite, which disappeared, but not surprising in this garage, for the acorn nuts there. That one's kind of a funny thing to torque down, because you know, these housings are hollow, so you just need to get it like tight enough that you're not like distorting the housing, where the, you know, rotors don't bump together and all that. So you got to find that happy place. It doesn't get that tight. I did put gasket sealer on the gasket this time. You know, I looked for a leak. I didn't see anything jumping out at me. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna run it the rest of the year, see how it goes. If it's still leaking oil, I guess I'll send it back to Holly, you know. I don't know what else to do with it. But you know, that's on anyways, and sealed up. Valve covers are on and sealed up. I really love the O-ring gaskets, how you can just reuse them over and over again. So those are on, and what else? Carbs on, obviously. So I guess next is going to be, you know, going to the electrical side of things, and getting the distributor on, plugs in, and you know, then we're on the home stretch, guys. So I guess the 20th isn't that far off, and isn't that unattainable, as long as we don't go sideways somewhere. You know, it's not going to be perfect if it's there, obviously. Well, it's not going to be perfect ever, but that's my goal. I think it's important to have goals, even if they don't mean anything, right? It gives you motivation. You know, I know, you know, I'm a fan of Brutal's channel, and he's always talking about motivation and staying focused. And if you don't enjoy it, don't do it, right? And I do enjoy wrenching, but I also enjoy, you know, success once in a while. Like having to pull this back apart wasn't the worst thing in the world. I saw some errors, you know, some things that could have been improved upon. You know, I think it's just a process here, and you know, it's a hobby. I enjoy, you know, creating something. I did notice putting this together that the motor is a little bit crooked. Must be these mounts I bought. I did get new mounts from NPD. They're what were they? I think they were hatch and coupe mounts, because the convertible mounts sit lower, and I was having trouble with my steering, so I ended up going with different mounts than the convertible mounts. But evidently the motor, it's a little funny. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to jack one side up and retighten it or something, but I guess I never really noticed that before. I don't know. Not a big deal. So that's it for tonight. It's, like I said, it's been about an hour and a half. It's about 8:30, and as you can see, the parts table is has less parts on it, so that's a good thing. What else is going on? I think that's about it. I think I'm going to shorten up my belts a little bit because I was at the end of my adjustment. You know, if you guys are long-time watchers, you'll remember that the belt they sell with this kit, at least the one I received, wasn't even close to working. It was so short. So I did the old string method and got a length and went from there, but either it stretched or I was on the high end of the measurement. But I think I need about a ½ inch shorter. I don't know. I'll probably put the old one on to get it back and running. But that's something down the line. And I also have to come up with a new breather system, because you'll see the valve covers are different than the other ones because of the heads with all the rockers and studs and everything. You have to go with the high valve covers. So of course the breather system isn't the same from one to the other, but I didn't really have that finalized anyways. Probably do a catch can eventually, but may just throw breathers in there for now just to drive it a couple months. You know, it's not like I'm daily in this thing. I'll take it out for a rip here and there. Can't think of anything else at this time. So thanks for watching. You know, like and subscribe. Reach out for merch if you'd like a t-shirt like this. Has this logo on the back, you know, only larger. And I do have sweatshirts, the hoodies. Not a ton of them, but I believe I have large, extra large, and 2X still. They might just have the graphic on the front on larger sizes, like the 2X. I think I might have sold out of those. I am looking into doing an online store, like I said before, so merch will be easier to get. But for now, you can reach out to me on the comments, and we'll make contact and make that happen. And you know, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, because that does help me. You know, until my goal is 1,000 subs. Once we hit 1,000, you know, we can start getting a little bit of money from YouTube to help with the builds. Right now, it's all on me. Just t-shirts and sweatshirts and you know, windshield stickers. Oh yeah, and don't forget the windshield sticker. You know, Dad's Foxbody Garage. Got them in red, white, and blue. So I'll have some of this stuff at the car show coming up, but I'm not going to have a big tent like I had at the Fox Fest. I'm not going to be a sponsor to that one. I will be doing a sponsor again next year at the Fox Fest, but not at the Michigan Mustangs, Southeast Michigan Mustang Club show. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.